Watermelon Carvings. Hi, I'm Jay Ball, author of You Too Can Create Stunning Watermelon Carvings. In this video, you will learn how to display and light your watermelon carvings and some tips on how to photograph your masterpiece.
Okay, what I want to show right now is I've built these stands. You can make these yourself if you want. It's just nothing more but a few pieces of wood and a light socket. I found that these smaller ones were a little cheaper. You can use a 25-watt light bulb. You could put a larger size watt light bulb in there if you really wanted, but 25 is plenty big, and even 7.5 or smaller watts work. A word of caution: if you do build this kind of a stand with safety in mind, if this is plugged in and a light is not in that, then you have a hot connection. You want to keep children, people, anything away from this if there's not a light bulb in there. If there's not a light bulb in there, do not plug it in fact. So with that in mind, that is my stand. When we set the watermelon on that, then it glows. And we have a very pretty little melon. Now, this, if I had cut all the way through this, then you would find that the glare of that light coming through that melon could be distracting. And so I just take a manila folder and cut out, it's not even fancy, it doesn't need to be, just cut out a little simple, I call this a glare shield, and you tape it. And then when you tape that, you have a little cone that you can set right over the top of your light, and then you put your melon on there, and when it displays, this color, it looks about the same color as the glowing inside background of the watermelon, and of a pumpkin as well. And so it blends in, and it's hardly even visible, and it just cuts out the glare of that light, which actually makes pretty nice. In this case, I don't need it because I didn't cut all the way through my melon. Now, if you're photographing this, okay, this big ugly box is going to look kind of obnoxious on in the middle of a table setting in a nice display. You could cover it up with something, or you could also use, and I recommend that, is a battery-operated little light, these little moon ones, or even night lights. You can use any kind of a battery-operated light you can put in there and use that. That works too. ChefGarnish.com. In there, his site, he's got some excellent resources. I think if he still has it, he's got a rotating, beautiful stand display, and it's even got colors. It's really nice. If you're really you want some fancy stuff, you can do that. Real cheaply, if you have this kind of a stand or a nice little night light, I like to actually take, and this is nothing more than a piece of cloth I've got laying around, but if you were photographing this, and this is what I do when I photograph my stuff, I just kind of droop something over. All I'm doing with that is I'm covering up the bottom where that light was otherwise shining through. Okay, so, and you could use anything that you think would look nice. Okay, and when you're photographing the pumpkin, just leave that on, and you can take a straight shot. Use different exposures. Take several different pictures, because I will take pictures, and then I'll even drop a light in the background, kind of give it a halo. I'll try a bunch of different things, and when I photograph a whole bunch of different pumpkins at the Halloween time, an effect that worked well with one didn't look as good with the other. So I take a selection of photographs and just pick the best of all those. And so it's just an experimentation for your displays and for your photographing. As far as the centerpiece, you might not want this big bulky thing. Do something simple, put a battery-operated light. Those are just a few tips and tricks. You can find and read about more in my book, You Too Can Create Stunning Watermelon Carvings.
In my book, You Too Can Create Stunning Watermelon Carvings, I will show you step by step how to create beautiful watermelon centerpiece displays for any occasion. Download the first 2 chapters of this book free. Go visit www.stunningwatermelons.com now.